Hey, Coach Sirica here. Welcome to today's video. I have a question for you. Do you feel bad when you miss a habit, when you say you're going to do something but you didn't do it? And do you struggle to get back into the game? If that's you, today's video is for you. So today's video is titled Never Miss Twice, the Rule for Success. I'm going to be transparent as always. I have been on this journey of going live. First, it was once per week, and then I realized to stretch me to help me grow and become my best self, I should aim to go live 5 days per week. That's Monday to Friday. But there are days where I go live. There was one day I didn't go live in the morning, and I was like, you know what? Before my eye close, I'm going to show up for my goal. And I did a video on that as well. I'll try to link it in the description or the comment. No, I didn't go live yesterday. I think I didn't go live maybe 2 days in a row. I'll have to check it. But here's what I want to share with you to help you succeed in everything that you do. Number one, you cannot change what you don't know. And tracking your goals keeps you in the know. So I woke up this morning with the concept from James Clear on my heart. He calls it never miss twice. And what he says is if you miss one day of showing up for whatever you say you want to show up for, don't let day two happen. On the second day, you have to do it. So, for example, me going live every day, I missed yesterday. I shouldn't miss today because that would be missing twice. And he says in his book, missing once is an accident, missing twice is the start of a new habit because it's easier to go to day three, day four, and day five. But if you have decided that if I miss once, I will show up on day two, you will always be doing something that's very powerful. You will be breaking the repetition of a bad habit, which is not showing up for your goals, and creating a new habit of always picking yourself back up. And when you have that rule, you become successful because you're creating the atmosphere, the mindset needed to be successful and create a new habit. In essence, a habit is repetition, and whatever you repeat, you become. So, having this guideline, having this knowledge from James Clear helps us to understand that nothing is wrong with missing a day, but you start to create a habit when you start to miss 2 days in a row. And it's okay if you show up today, miss tomorrow, show up the day after, miss the day after. Here's why. You might think that's inconsistency, but it's not. You are letting your brain know that this is important to you and you want to show up. So your brain will start to look for evidence, reasons, solutions to showing up. I searched to find where in the book The Atomic Habit by James Clear he talks about never missing twice. And if you have the book, it's on page 200 under the subtitle How to Recover Quickly When Your Habits Break Down. And this is the key that I want you to have because so many times we don't show up because things will not be done in the way that you want them to. But that's beside the point. That's the wrong side of a coin. The side of a coin I want you to focus on because there are two sides to a coin. The side I want you to focus on is showing up anyway. And James Clear summarized this beautifully. He says, so he's talking about the principle of never missing twice, right? He said, I think this principle is so important that I'll stick to it even if I can't do a habit as well or as completely as I would like. Too often, we fall into an all or nothing cycle with our habits. The problem is not slipping up. The problem is thinking that if you can't do something perfectly, then you shouldn't do it. This is what got me to spontaneously come live. I need to be out for work within the next 9 minutes. But I decided that I'm going to show up just to break the streak. I want to ask you, what is it you said you're going to show up for? And here's the challenge. How much days have you missed showing up for that thing? I ask that thing to point out the most important thing when it comes to change is to track whatever you say you're going to do. Because the Lord was revealing to me and showing me in my life, if you don't track, you don't know. And you cannot change what you don't know. So tracking isn't for aesthetic. Tracking isn't to show off. Tracking isn't to say, oh, I got my stuff together, I'm organized. The main purpose and beauty of tracking is to help you be in the know. I have been working on going to bed at 8 p.m. for the past 2 months. And I am finally at a spot where my body starts to become tired around 7, sometimes 6 p.m. And that didn't happen until I started to track it. When you have evidence in front of you, when you have data, you can make an informed decisions. I start to write down what time I go to bed, what time I wake up, and why I am going to bed late or waking up late. And I started to see a pattern. And because I saw that pattern, I was able to make a change. And because I saw that change, I was able to go to bed earlier. And because I was able to go to bed earlier, I was able to wake up earlier. And here's the key, I started to wake up earlier feeling energized and ready for my day. Why? Because I have enough sleep. I wasn't able to have enough sleep until I started to track my bedtime, my wake up time, and why I was missing those goals, why I was going to bed late, why I was waking up late. So if you don't track what you're trying to show up for, what you're trying to achieve, you won't change. If you are ready to make a change in your life, if you are ready to show up, if you are in need of community and accountability, and if you feel like, you know what, I want to achieve so much in life, but I need help. I don't know everything. I want somebody who is a step, 2 steps, 3 steps ahead of me. I want somebody to be able to give me a plan, a blueprint. If I'm having a challenge, to recommend a book or to advise me based on real life experience. If that's you, comment TCU and I will send you a link to sign up for a free clarity call so that we can go over what's hindering you from showing up and implement a way to move forward. Comment TCU and I will send you a link because your life is so much worth it to change, to start living the life of your dreams, and to do what is required of you to show up. Because when you show up, you become confident. And when you are confident, you become a go getter. You start to become disciplined and you start to live a fulfilled and happy life. The simplest thing can make you happy as long as it's a goal for you that you have achieved. So I look forward to seeing you on this free clarity call. It doesn't cost you anything, just a decision to make a change so that you can start living the life of your dreams. So comment TCU and I'll send you that link. And I will see you, God's will, on my next live this coming Monday.